What is up, everyone? So today we're going to do something different. I went by the local record shop after work and I saw this mystery box full of tapes. This box is full of cassette tapes and there are only 10 bucks. Now I've gotten into cassette tapes recently because I got the crazy idea to try to make an album and then release it on cassette tape. Never made an album before, never made a cassette tape album. Well, with some caveats. Back then, back in the old days, listening to music on tape was my introduction to listening to music because I wasn't allowed to have like albums and stuff. I didn't even know what an album was. How I listened to music was that, I think I saved my money up and I bought one of those like micro cassette recorders, like those tape recorders that were handheld. And I would just record stuff off the TV and off video games. And that's what I would listen to. And it wasn't until I was in high school that I like, oh, people are into these things called albums and I should check those out. So anyway, I have kind of a special connection to music on tape, and I tried to get into vinyl earlier, and even though I do like vinyl, I'm not really a huge fan of records that much. I think because these records are just big, and I'm not really a fan of big things. Stuff that's small, compact, mini, I don't know, I just have a certain affection for, and I think that's where cassette tapes came in. So I went to my record shop last week just to see what they had, and I saw this unopened tape of the Jets and Ready for the World. So these are two 80s R&B groups, and I much prefer the Jets over Ready for the World. That Ready for the World is not a bad band at all. It's just a carbon copy of the Minneapolis sound that was going on. But the Jets has some solid pop R&B bangers in here, and enjoyed that side of this tape very well. And what I noticed, listening to stuff on tape again, is how much of an intimate experience it is. I mean, as far as like sound quality in cassette tapes, a lot of it goes down to what you're listening on. And so I know cassette tapes get a bad rap for having poor sound quality, but a lot of that stuff isn't noticeable if you have a good cassette deck that's playing the music. So if your deck is good, if your Walkman is good, you're going to get good music. And if it's super cheap or it's in bad shape, you're going to get bad sounding music. It's just how it is. And so don't give up on cassettes. They're definitely a great place to get super cheap music and super rare music as well. Because, you think about how much work it takes for an independent artist to release something on vinyl. It's pretty expensive. However, on cassette, you can find all types of rare and independent music released on cassette all over the place. And that's even inside this box. So, went by my record shop. I got this tape. It was unopened. Enjoyed it a lot. And I saw these mystery boxes there full of cassette tapes, and I was pretty apprehensive because I didn't know what the heck was going to be inside this box. So I skipped on it the first time, and then I kept thinking about it. I was like, maybe there's some gems in here. Because I did buy a mystery box of records from the same shop about 2 years ago. These were like electronic records. The box was like $4, but it came with a lot of records inside. And a lot of them were trash. So I was like, do I want to waste $10 on cassette tapes? I already don't have enough space for a bunch of other stuff. But I decided to take a risk. And I was pleasantly surprised. Here's my little Walkman here that I got for $4 at the thrift store. Works pretty well. I didn't have to do too much maintenance on it. I do want to open this up and see what's going inside and see if I can clean it up a little bit more. However, straight out the thrift store basket, it works pretty well. So this is what I use primarily to listen to stuff on cassette. And then I have a tape deck, a Sony tape deck I got for free that I'm trying to repair. But it's going to take a long time to clean up to get it ready. So anyway, without further ado, let's get to the box of tapes. Now, I was opening this box. I opened it, went through it, and I was like, wow, this is like so good. I want to share this with everybody else on YouTube. Because my YouTube channel, of course, isn't just about musical experiments and learning how to play instruments and all this kind of stuff. I mean, that's what it's primarily for. But it's for all different types of music that I'm into. That's what I kind of want to share on the YouTube channel. So I reboxed this box to kind of give the illusion that we're going to open this up for the first time and show you what I found. So anyway, we've got all types of stuff in here. We've got Carlos Santana record here. Don't listen to Santana too much, but I will check this out. And I haven't said before, but you know, I listen to all types of music. I mean, I really do listen to everything. The only music I really don't like is probably certain types of bluegrass, and God, I can't think. Most of the stuff that gets played on the radio I don't like either. But that's outside of that, I'll listen to anything. Free Take One music sampler. I can't even read. Verity. Can't even read. Anyway, I don't know what this is. We'll find out. The Lost Gonzo Band. Don't know who these guys are. Definitely want to check it out. I like the album cover. We got music from the 60s. Great jukebox hits. Love 60s music a lot. Can't wait to check this out. Love classical music. We've got violin concertos. There's Mozart, Paganini, Bach, but there's no Vivaldi. Oh, it says and others. Maybe there is. Is Vivaldi on here? Can we see it? Paganini, Mozart, J.S. Bach. Nope. So that's a minus, but the legends are here. Excited to listen to it. We got an Earth, Wind, and Fire record I've never listened to. I'm not a huge fan of Earth, Wind, and Fire. You know, don't ask me why. However, they're a great band. I can't deny that, and I will listen to this. Harry Connick Jr. I know him. Haven't listened to him. Gonna see what this is about. We got some super throwbacks. Whoop, there it is. Hip hop, and I love this album. This sleeve here. Super cool. Doesn't even look like a hip hop record. This design. I don't know who these guys are. George Thorogood and the Destroyers. So excited to see what this is about. If you know any of these acts that I don't know, go ahead and drop a comment and let me know what you think about them. We've got Mumbo Jumbo by the Tailgaters. Don't know what kind of band this is, but you know I'm going to check it out. I love blues music. I love resonator guitars, so very excited to see what's on here. The slide guitar, bottles, knives, and steel. Wow. So who is on this? Blind Willie Johnson. Okay. That's all I can kind of read right now. I know it's kind of small. But I like the way this feels, too, the back of this tape. Love slide guitar. Love steel guitar. Want to check it out. Anne-Marie, never heard of her. Brian Duncan, don't know who this is. Oh, we got a classic here, Peggy Lee. Like I said, I love that old school country music. I'll be checking this out. She does sing country, right? Am I correct in that? Voices That Care. I don't know what this is, but we'll see. We've got James Taylor. We all know James Taylor. I don't know his songs, but I will. We got an Eddie Murphy record, which is kind of funny. This is his stand-up comedy. This is not really his music. And I never seen his, I never listened to his record, if he made a record, because I know he had that Party All the Time song, but if he had a full record, I'm not sure that I listened to that, or even wanted to. And I know Rick James produced that song, and I listened to a lot of Rick James records. But yeah, so we'll see what's on here. Probably a lot of stuff hasn't aged too well, as you can see with the title of this first comedy bit on there. That was the 80s for you. We got the Commodores. Like, ridiculous. Like, why would the Commodores be in this box? Everything is in here. Dancer. I don't know what this is. A movie soundtrack or what. Have no idea. The Neville Brothers. I think I know who that is. Is that the Don't Worry Be Happy guy? Am I wrong about that? Interesting album art. Excited to see what this is about. I mean, just look how many tapes are in this box. It just never ends. I'm going to be stuck with this for a long time. I'm going to be very busy with this for a long time. And as I said before, they even included some independent DIY tapes in here. I love that. So definitely excited to see what's on this. John Cougar Mellencamp. I know he's a legend. Haven't listened to his songs, but of course I will. Foreigner, popular band. Don't know their music yet. 38 Special. I've never heard of this group. I don't know what to expect on this. It says Rock and Roll Strategy, which is an interesting title. We got Luis Cabos. I don't know how to say that. Opera Magna. Well, looks like opera. I do love opera, so excited for this. Got the Carter Family, that old school country. Shout out to Johnny Cash. I am excited to listen to this. Oh, looks like a tape. Oh, I think it might be okay. You've got Steve Winwood. Have no idea who this is. We've got Eric Clapton. I don't know much about Clapton outside the 60s and 70s, so I'm excited to see what is on here. I just know he said a lot of racist stuff in the past, but I guess he's a changed man. We'll give him a chance, right? All right, so we got more country music. The guy's got an eye patch. Super clutch. Okay. As long as it's not that really fast kind of bluegrass kind of stuff, I'm okay with it. Handel's Messiah. Classic, classic, classic. And we're at the bottom of our box here. We've got David Benoit, Urban Daydreams. Don't know what this is. Arthur Fiedler plays Vinnie's Favorites. So I guess this is classical or folk music. I'm not really sure what this is, but I'm definitely excited. Mayor, I don't know, Brennan. Anyone know who this is? Cool Baby on the cover. And what's this called? Oh, this is just self-titled. Anyway, don't know. Let me know if you know. Lyle Lovett, I've heard of him plenty of times, but never listened to their music. Super surprised to see this, a Morris Day record in here. I listened to a lot of Prince and a lot of Morris Day, a lot of the time, I should say, but I've never listened to this record, didn't even really knew it existed. Very happy to see that in this box. And we've got Radioactive, and I don't know what this is. If it's a compilation or a soundtrack to a movie, I have no idea. So there you go. This was the mystery box that I got at the record store today, and I just wanted to show you how many cool tapes were inside of here. And yeah, I just really enjoy listening to music on cassette. I just think it's a much more intimate and better experience than listening to stuff on vinyl. And it just feels cool that you have this thing that you can just tuck in your pocket and take anywhere. And like I said, because of the format of, you know, vinyl and cassette, it just really forces you to sit down and listen to the music. And even if you don't like a song, you still just kind of just sit there, because it's more work to stop and fast forward it than it is to just sit there and listen to the song. And so, you know, I wish more artists would get back to releasing music on cassette. And I know with vinyl, it's just too expensive for the average independent artist to press a vinyl. But cassette is just a great workaround to that. I mean, the tough part is getting yourself a deck or finding someone to press it for you. But I've seen a couple I've seen a couple of independent cassette labels spring up all over the U.S. trying to do this exact thing. And yeah, I wish more artists would do stuff like this. I think, because even if you don't have a cassette player, it's always cool to have this memorabilia from your favorite artist. And yeah, it's just super cool. So, by the way, too, let me show you some other tapes that I got from some independent artists. This is a band that I saw at somebody's house, and super cool show. This is a great little indie band, and love their music. Love this tape. Just got this randomly, and good as well. Had a lot of fun listening to it. So anyway, I love cassettes. I think they're great. If you ever thought about getting into cassettes, you know, I'd highly recommend it. It is kind of tough because, you know, with a vinyl player, they're pretty cheap. You can get a good one for, you know, $80, $100, and you're good to go. With cassette decks, it's a whole different story, because you can find something for cheap, but is it going to be in good condition to play well? And that's a whole nother story. So I'll give an update on this channel about the cassette deck that I'm trying to fix, so I can hook it up to the stereo system and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, if you love cassettes, you know, drop a comment, tell your stories. If you know these bands, go ahead and drop a story too. And I've recorded this multiple times, so I have no idea how much I've repeated myself in this video, but I'm just gonna go ahead and cut it short, and see y'all in the next video. Peace.